What's up everyone, V here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series, Star Wars The Mandalorian, Bo-Katan Kryze. I think that's how you say it. Pretty sure it's Kryze. Is that her last name? Is Katan her middle name, or is Bo-Katan her first name? I don't know. Star Wars names are weird. You'll go from having someone named Luke to Obi-Wan. So yeah. Yes, it's Bo-Katan as she appears in The Mandalorian Season 2, not Season 3, although there's hardly a difference, at least suit-wise. And, as usual, I'll give my thoughts on the character and the source material and media she comes from, real quick. And, I love Bo-Katan, man. I thought she was alright in the Clone Wars. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Mandalorians in the Clone Wars, but they've grown on me, and man, seeing her in live action, that was awesome. She by far shot up in one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time because of that show. You know, The Mandalorian. Might not have heard of it. It's not too popular. Uh, but yeah, loved her in Season 2, and especially loved her in Season 3. I know a lot of people complain that she outshined Din Djarin. I don't care. She is a queen. She is a goddess. She can outshine him any day of the week. Loved her so much in Season 3. Hopefully, we get a bit of her in Season 4. I doubt we'll see much, but man, oh, I love her so much. She's great. And I thought Season 3 was pretty alright. Was it perfect? No. I still think Season 2, best peak Star Wars right there. But Season 3 was good. I do agree with some flaws, and I do think it should have had maybe one more episode to flesh out Gideon's whole plan. I might drop some spoilers in this, so if you haven't seen it yet, you're warned. But you're watching a Mandalorian video after Season 3 is dropped entirely, so yeah. But yeah, I feel like should have had maybe an episode flesh out Gideon's plan. And there were some things in the finale I wish they'd tweaked a bit. But rather than that, I enjoyed it, you know. Yeah, there was some filler, but Season 1 also had, like, a crap ton of filler. At least the filler this season was pretty entertaining. And you got to see Bo-Katan. God love her. And this figure is pretty alright. It does have problems. I think mostly just on mine. It has the major problems. But, as per usual, we'll check out the box first, because I love the new Black Series boxes. I'm glad they're going back to the windows. I didn't mind the windowless. I think the Black Series had the best windowless packaging. But, you know, I don't know where I'm going with that. You do have the bland and boring yellowish orange for Star Wars The Mandalorian trademark Bo-Katan Kryze. Warning, choking hazard. You can choke on stuff. 4+ Hasbro. Star Wars The Black Series window up there. It's a bit dusty because I have the Black Series ones posed on my shelf. I'll do a room tour eventually. And then you got this beautiful, beautiful art. Just look at that real quick. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous picture of Bo-Katan. Yes, I am one of those people that sent for her, because why wouldn't you? And on the back, get that beautiful shot of her. Number 10 in Star Wars The Mandalorian. A gifted warrior, Bo-Katan Kryze is a legendary Mandalorian. She refused to align with the Empire's occupation of Mandalore. It's a weird tagged-on sentence for her. And Black Series, Star Wars, bringing the figure back in, because it's pretty dope, pretty cool. She comes with not too many accessories, but what else would she have? Remember, this is Season 2, so it doesn't make sense as to why she doesn't have the Darksaber, because she didn't have it then. But, you know, you have her jetpack, which, let's just take a look at that. It's tiny, it's small, but it's detailed pretty well, if it would focus. Got a lot of nice silver paint, some blue, tapped in, a lot of nice sculpt work. Then just pegs onto her back. Pretty sure that should be painted silver, but, you know, the jetpack's going to cover it up. Then her next accessory are two of her pistols, just in a flat gray plastic with brown on the handle. And she can hold them pretty well in both hands. Getting the guns out. Oh. I feel like it's awkward just sitting and watching someone struggle to put guns in an action figure's hand. But yeah, you can get her... Oh, that sounded like she broke her shoulder. You can just have her popping in. It's not even in focus, is it? Just pow, 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 pow. Just shooting poor stormtroopers. You know, she looks good. Both hands are molded to hold the guns. Unlike clone trooper hands. And yeah. You can get her like walking in like she does through a door and just start blasting away. Because, I mean, she's just awesome like that. And they can holster in the holster, and they stay in really well. And finally, her last accessory is her helmet, because she has an unmasked head, which we shall take a look at later. But let's get into the details. Let's look at this beautiful helmet, because I love it so much. I love... Come on, zoom in. Zoom in. I love the female Mandalorian helmet design. And, of course, part of the Night Watch, so she has her little symbols there. It looks great. Love the white paint. It's done really well. It's got some scratches in it, you know, because she's seen some stuff. But the markings are done really well. The black paint is really nice and kind of reflective, as you would hope. It does have some dark blue on the helmet, which isn't insanely noticeable, but I like it. Details back there. It's got a couple dings and scratches. I'm not 100% sure if that's in the sculpt or just because I've owned this figure for 2 years and I don't take the best care of my figures. But yeah, and of course it has the antenna, which is nicely painted as opposed to, where is he? Boba Fett, which just has it as a flat gray plastic for the antenna thing. And of course it moves down. It doesn't really go where an eye would be, but you know, it looks good. And removing the helmet, you have a phenomenal, don't know how to say her name, Katie something. It looks really good. Like, it looks exactly like her. Like, this is perfect. The hair's a bit too bright and orangey. Should be a bit more red and darker. But that's a problem with a lot of other things on her. But yeah, and of course she has her Season 2 hair, which I prefer. Not gonna lie. And she has the weird band thing that goes on her forehead. Doesn't have like, I think it has like yellow on it as well, but that's not painted. But honestly, it doesn't matter. It's barely noticeable. But yeah, that face is just great. Camera's not doing the best job at picking it up, but it looks amazing. And the helmet fits on pretty well. It doesn't look too big because, you know, the helmet did look big on her. Then getting to the chest plate. Nicely sculpted. I think they translated her animation design into live action beautifully. A bit of silver in there and some silver dinks on, I don't know, the titty curve? I don't know. A lot of people shooting her there, I guess. I don't get this bit of armor, it's just tiny little piece of armor just hanging down there. But, you know, protect your belly button? That seems a bit too low for that. She's got her thick as hell belt. A bunch of pouches going all the way around. Still don't know what is put in those. Ammo? But Star Wars characters don't use ammo. Grenades, I guess? I don't know. Then you got like straps that come down. Buckles, painted silver on both sides. But man, I just can't get over that light brown they use for the straps when in the show it's dark brown bordering on black. They used it for the straps up here too. Also, you got some armor there, which looks nice. It's rough. Yeah. Nice sculpt work throughout. Got nice, I don't know. Is that the Night Watch symbol again on the shoulder? Looks nice. Shoulder pads being nice. And if you're wondering why the blue looks dirty, it's because it's weathered. I don't really care for weathering on figures, but it's not the most noticeable. And of course she would be through hell and back. But yeah, I got all the nice cloth sculpt work done really well. Coming down to the gauntlets. Looking nice. On this side, get a bit of silver for the missile. Then coming down to her legs. If you rotate them in, you can see she's got the thigh armor. It's rubbery, so it won't really get in the way for when you're doing that. Also, the chest piece is a rubbery piece as well. Yeah, it looks great. Got nice sculpt work throughout. Come down to the back. I do gotta say, the leg joints match, like, seamlessly transition really well. It looks really rough when you bend it, but when it's straight, it looks great. Then got her knee armor. Don't really see the missiles on there, but maybe she doesn't have them. I don't know. Then come down to her leg guards. Leg guards, whatever this part of the body is guard. Then her what's that, brown boots. All nicely sculpted, got some straps and all that. It's just a beautiful looking figure apart from those problems. She can freaking duke it out. Come up to Moff Gideon and just start pounding him to the ground. And I bet you if, you had a dark saber, you could probably put it in her hand. I don't feel like getting the model kit dark saber out. So yeah, articulation, she has a dumbbell joint at the head and at the base of the neck, but mine's kind of like... But be wary, because, mine's neck is kind of backwards, and I don't know how to fix it. Hold up. Oh, let me cook. Oh, now her neck's sideways. It's because the collar is in the way. It's the one bit of articulation I don't really care for. So if her head looks a little goofy or oddly placed, it's because of that. There we go. And with the helmet, you can look down, look up. You can look up even more because it just goes up because it's a bit loose, but like not horrific. Bob back and forth, rotate. Her arms go out about that far, rotate. And she has a butterfly joint, but it's really loose on mine, like super loose. So whenever I have her posed like this, a lot of the time her arms will just go back like that. Then she has single jointed elbow with rotation, but this one is insanely tight. They were both extremely tight until I left her in the car when I went to the store, and the plastic got really warm. Or is when I was eating. She's in the car for a hot minute though. Rotation there, no rotation at the gauntlets, rotation at the hands, and I think both have up and down hinges. Torso, not getting much forward, but gets a bit back, enough to make her look like she's flying through the air. If she had the dark saber, she'd be leading them into battle. Now she just looks like she's waving to Din in the air or something. Bob back and forth, rotate. Can't kick her legs forward. Kind of back, despite her packing a bit of cake back there. Can do the splits. Oh, thought she was actually holding... I don't know what tactical advantage that would give you. Rotation at the thigh. Knee bend, the knee pad stays at the top, which kind of sucks, because if you ever want to do the, like, not Bo, but Casca Reeves did this thing where she flew down, was shooting, had her knee rockets fire. You can't do that because the knee thing is up here. Which, I mean, I think they share the exact same body for the most part, because they did make a Casca Reeves, and it's pretty much this repainted. But yeah, rotation there, hinge up, a little bit down, mostly rocker at the feet. So yeah, she's pretty awesome. Don't know why I was speaking in voice like this. But yeah, the sculpt work is great. It's the paint in some areas that kind of let it down, but still love the figure. And I got it back after season 2 because I knew she'd be in season 3, and I'd probably want a figure of her then. And I didn't really appreciate it for years, and then I watched, like, episode 2 of The Mandalorian season 3, picked her up, and then I just fell in love with it. So it's crazy how you can have a figure you don't really care for a while, and then just seeing them in source, like some media or source material, and then you go back to that figure, and you just have this newfound love for it. Because that's how I was with this figure. When I first bought it... Oh, that's my jacket. I thought there was some creature behind me. Like, when I first bought it, I didn't really care for it. I was like, it's alright, but the shoulder joints being loose and the elbows being super tight kind of annoyed me. But then I just started messing with her when season 3 dropped, and I just fell in love. Like, I just got the figure and it was brand new, even though I had it for like 2 years. It's crazy how that can happen sometimes. Anyway, comparison time. Here she is next to an average Transformer Voyager class, even though he's a leader figure. And average Marvel Legends, so yeah, she's a bit small, but, you know, Black Series is a smaller scale. And she's pretty huge when compared to Shockwave, because, you know, human should only come up to maybe his knee, I don't know. And for some larger boys, McFarlane DC and, I think Jazzware's Halo. Yeah, of course they're bigger, they're 7-inch scale. Well, Jazzware's Master Chief is just, like, insanely tall. And for some Mando comparisons, here she is next to the Death Watch Mando. I glued his jetpack in so it actually stays on. They look great together, even though he's Death Watch and she's... was it Night Owl? Already forgot. But I mean, at some point they would probably be together. And you know, there was a guy with a Death Watch symbol on there, like, in Season 3. So, you know, you can put them together, they look great. I do want to get Costco Reeves, Axe Woves. I was looking for Axe Woves, didn't find them, but I did find another awesome figure, which I'll be reviewing soon. Optimus Prime. And, there's a new Mando. They made a figure of him. There's also a Lego of him. I think he said one line in the entire season, but he gets a figure first. Also hoping we get a new Mando figure, because that other one's outdated as hell. Here she is next to Bob Fett. You know, not the Book of Boba Fett one, although I have seen that one and I will get it. And the, well, not that great. I mean, he's not bad, but it's severely outdated Black Series Mando. But let's put her with the dog, Model Kit Mando. I did review him, so if you want to see that video, go check it out. Wasn't standing. He's not really standing straight. There we go. I glued a couple parts on him as well to make him hold together a bit better. Like, I glued the waist joint because it kept peeking out, and I glued that in, and I glued the cape in so it wouldn't, like, tear or anything. But yeah, these two look great together. The lighting's not doing Mando too hot, so let's switch the sides. They look great together. Mando might be a little too big, but man, this duo was amazing, and I don't care what people say. I loved the Jack Black and Lizzo episode. It was like Law and Order but in space, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know I have a passionate love for Law and Order. I watch it almost every day. SVU, all that, man. Peak show, and it just gave off Law and Order vibes, and I loved it. It got a little goofy in the end, but when is Star Wars not goofy? But yeah, they look great together. Hopefully we get more Mando and Bo-Katan. And I hope we do get a new Bo-Katan with the new hair, maybe fixing some of the parts, and maybe with a new shoulder pad. I mean, she has to appear again. That whole Mythosaur thing has to come back eventually. But yeah. Do I recommend Bo-Katan Kryze? Hell yes, I do. If you asked me this 2 years ago, I probably would have said, she's not that great. But man, after watching Season 3, I just found that, like I said, I got this whole new love for this Bo-Katan figure. And yeah, she has problems, although I do think most of the problems are on mine. Like, the loose shoulders are probably just mine. Tight elbows, probably just mine too. I contemplated maybe buying another one whenever I get a job, which will be soon, don't worry. And when I do, hopefully I'll be making more vids. I've been lazy recently, I'm sorry. But yeah. Like, those are probably problems on mine. And I might buy a new one. Maybe do some customizing on it. But yeah, as it stands, she's still great. When you get her in a pose, she looks beautiful. And you cannot beat that head sculpt. Oh my god. When I say it's one of the best likenesses Hasbro's done, I mean it. But yeah, you know, let's get Mando in there too. Why not, right? It's my power couple. They were great, man. I can't wait to see them together again. I hope they are together again, because man, they were just peak. Love Bo-Katan. Honestly, like, I could just have a whole show about her, because she's just such a good character, and I just love Mandalorian so much. So yeah, that's about it. Highly recommend this figure. Like, subscribe, I don't know, comment your favorite Mandalorian. Mine's Orange Guy. Uh, I really hope we do get a lot of Mandalorians from Season 3 as well. But yeah, go follow my Instagram, MoonNetXO, and, can see... You see me post pictures of figures. Will they be reviewed soon? Probably not, because I'm lazy. But yeah, and if you want... I did do a vague review of Mando Season 3, like I do for all movies and shows. But if you do want me to do a more in-depth video review on it on YouTube, just let me know in the comments or on Instagram. And check out my previous reviews. I reviewed him. I got some Transformers. I got a lot of Transformers coming because I bought a lot of them because I just got, like, normal figured out for a while. I just need something cool and unique. But yeah, highly recommend this figure. Go check out my previous reviews. Subscribe if you want. I don't care. I'm rambling on like I usually do. Most videos are just me rambling on. Mostly at the end as well. Anyway, hopefully you have a beautiful day. And, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a scene about them, but I don't know. Bro was really spitting game to her when he was like, I will serve, your song is not yet written, I will serve you until it is. Like, man. Call him the Riz DeLorean. Alright. I'm deleting the channel after that joke. Goodbye.